So much of what we learn in construction happens on the job site. We learn from our boss, we learn from our mentors, we learn through experience, and quite frankly, we learn a lot from making mistakes. And there's no substitute for that type of learning. For example, when the beam comes in and it's just too short, and your foreman asks you to go get the beam stretcher, that's a learning experience. Or maybe the beam's too long, and the foreman says, boy, I wish I just had a hammer for right now. And you have to go look for a hammer for. Or maybe the beam, we just can't get it up high enough and we need a sky hook. And you have to go to the equipment yard and ask for a sky hook. Now, those experiences are valuable, and I can't teach you those. There's a lot of nuances there depending on where you live. Every project's different. But there are a lot of topics which I can teach you some tips and tricks based on my experience. And that's why I started Construction Education. This is a learning platform which boils down years of on-the-job experience into high-impact training. And my first course was How a Building is Designed and Built. And I quickly realized how much this was needed because it's spread across 109 countries and thousands of people have taken the course. The overwhelming response has been, can you give us these tips and tricks for being a project manager? And that's what this course is. This is the Playbook for project managers in construction. This course took 5 years to assemble. It's been delivered and tested in person, and now it's available in this online format. It represents 20 lessons which I believe are most important for a project manager in construction, and it's boiled down into 10 hours of content. Now, a project manager, of course, is responsible for safety and quality. I would argue that responsibility is shared among many folks on the job site. What falls squarely on the PM's shoulders? Cost control, change management, risk management, and contracts. And that's the focus of this course. You can see the topics here, 20 lessons, which boil down my experience in the role as a project manager, which represents over $850 million in construction projects. I'll give you examples from the field, from my own personal experience and those that I've witnessed, and I'll give you tips and tricks along the way. We'll dive into the contract and all the clauses that are applicable in the lessons you see here. And by the end of this course, you should have the foundation for what it takes to be a project manager. The audience for this course includes folks from heavy civil, commercial building construction, industrial and residential construction. And it's for anyone who's managing projects, owners, general contractors, subcontractors, PMs, aspiring PMs, project controls, and superintendents. Just a little background about me. I'm a registered professional civil engineer. I started my career in the Air Force managing construction projects from the owner's perspective. Then I joined a general contractor and managed projects from small to large as the project manager on the job site. In combination, I've led over 160 projects totaling over $1 billion. Currently, I'm a senior instructor at the University of Colorado in Boulder, teaching in the Department of Civil, Environmental, and Architectural Engineering. Several years ago, I started a company called Construction Education to fill the education gaps that I've been seeing in our industry and to help you accelerate your career. And I try to draw on the experience you see here to build these courses, going back to problems that I've had to solve, mistakes that I've made, projects that have gone well, and projects that, quite frankly, haven't gone so well. And I've taught over 2,000 students in person and thousands more online. And I'm consistently getting feedback from them to try to find the holes in the industry and the topics to help you in your career. If you're managing construction projects or you aspire to be a PM, I truly believe this course will help you in your career. It represents the playbook which I wish I had when I was running work in the field. If these topics sound interesting to you, if you want to learn more about controlling and executing a construction project, I look forward to seeing you in the course.